Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday the 20th of January. I want to use the Anna K Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about Thursday. Oh, and I just want to show you some of these images before I pick three cards, because I really like this deck. I think the characters are really peculiar, the colors are beautiful. There's something really just hopeful and intimate about these cards. Isn't that great? Okay, so let's see what Thursday is all about. I'm going to choose three cards. First card is the Nine of Pentacles, lovely. The Page of Swords, okay. Oh, and the Three of Cups. Interesting. Okay, the message I'm getting is that you're kind of in holiday mode. It's interesting because the Nine of Pentacles really isn't about holiday. The Nine of Pentacles is a woman who's in a great position because she works hard, she's disciplined, she's practical, she's self-reliant, she has all the qualities that you need to be a success in a practical way by having your own company or creating something that becomes hugely and insanely popular. So the Nine of Pentacles is someone who represents hard work and who's in a good position because she's got herself there. So it's self-discipline, self-control. You have access to all of those qualities. But in this deck, she's sitting by a well. She's got a pentacle, which she's holding on to, but there are pentacles in this well. So she's kind of become so abundant and prosperous that she can throw these coins in a well and make a wish. And she can, what's the word? Not luxuriate, but she can indulge herself by wishing and being impractical because she's already done all the hard work. So today she's just sitting by the well, wishing, hoping, dreaming, sitting in the sun, catching some rays. And that's the energy that I get is going to be really strong and that you'll be able to tap into. Just saying, you know what, I do work hard. I get to hope and dream a little bit today. I don't need to be eminently practical all the time. And I can enjoy a nice day, go out to nature and just daydream a little bit. It's interesting also that she's wearing a purple dress in this deck because purple is the color of spirituality, the third eye, and a connection with the higher realms. So it's not just that you deserve a break or it's okay to relax once in a while. It's also that the relaxation recharges you, it grounds you, and it also gives you a vision for the future and what you want to work towards next or what you want to work on in future. So you've done really well. You've got all these amazing qualities. It's like you have time to take a breather. You know, like a lot of people who work independently work really hard to get certain breaks and to get certain promotions in, well, not promotions, but to land bigger and better deals, and it's something that's ongoing. And a lot of people get into that process and never have a moment to even reflect and to say, look how far I've come, look at everything I've achieved, because they're looking for the next opportunity. So it's this constant rat race. And the Nine of Pentacles in this deck says it's important to sometimes just take a time out and to look around and to say, do you know what, actually I'm doing really well? Because in that space that you create by doing that, it's like you're able to see these underwater pentacles and you can pluck out your hopes and dreams and work towards those. So it's super important to have moments like this because they are the real value when it comes to your journey through life, because you recalibrate and you decide how to make changes based on what you've achieved and what you've experienced already. So you're in a great spot to choose for the future and to take a little bit of time out to relax and to recharge. The Page of Swords, we've got an angry little boy here with a wooden sword, so he's not much danger, okay? And he's kind of practicing sword fighting with this straw man here. So the Page of Swords is someone who doesn't really have a clue what he's talking about, or he may think he's an expert, but he really isn't. It's kind of like the epitome of all the gear and no idea. You know, like if you go skiing and you're dressed to the nines, but you can't even make it down the hill, that kind of thing. So the good thing about the Page of Swords is that he's willing to learn and he's enthusiastic and he's communicative. But the bad news is that he is a little angry. And if he doesn't get his way, he becomes frustrated and he lashes out and he doesn't have that discipline. So that's interesting because we've got a contradiction here. A woman who's eminently disciplined, self-disciplined, and then this kid who really can't bite his tongue and who just says whatever's on his mind, no filter, nothing. And he gets into altercations all the time. Okay, so the fact that we've got this juxtaposition now means that the day is going to feel somewhat up and down. So you do have a chance to chill, but then there'll be moments that really irritate you. And where if you let yourself be hooked in and wound up, you could get really angry. Avoid that because it could ruin your plans with other people, if you have any. But it could ruin your relationships in general. If you manage to keep your temper and you don't take the bait, then you can have a fabulous time with other people and share and tell stories and learn from other people and simply have a good time and a celebration and sense of unity. But if you let every little thing irritate you and bug you, then you can tap into the Page of Swords here, and you don't want to be this angry little kid hitting straw. I mean, there's no point. You know, if you're looking at these cards as in, would I want to meet this person in real life? I'd want to meet her and chat by the well. I'd want to hang out with these three and have a little pumpkin and a piece of cheese. I don't know about this one so much. I think I'd leave him to it. Get on with your practice. Practice makes perfect. Just be quiet while you're doing it. That's funny. Okay, so I think this is the thing to avoid. Make the most of the fact that, you know, you are on top of things and you have a little breather, and then invite other people to join you and to share the abundance and the prosperity. So the Three of Cups, three very different women coming together to have a bit of a party. They're holding hands and saying, yes, we've done something together. So it's good for teamwork, but it's also good to simply socialize and to chat and to have a good time, to kick back and to have a glass of wine and a piece of cheese and to watch the world go by. That's the main focus I'm getting, that you're meant to sit back and relax a little bit, because it's in that relaxation that you do the important spiritual, imaginative work that you can then manifest. That's the good thing about the Page of Swords, because if you have certain ideas, the Page of Swords is very quick to come up with new info. And the swords is air and ideas, so your imagination is heightened, or you're able to think in a very abstract way. And you can see yourself differently. So you can play around with reality a little bit. And the Page of Swords, if you avoid the anger aspect of him, then you'll be able to use his vision and his clarity of thought and insight to really paint a picture of your future that you want to get to. And once you have that, you should celebrate that it now exists in spiritual truth. Even if it's that you're celebrating. I now have a plan for the future. I want to have a well like this in my backyard. But currently I live in a flat, so I'm going to have to get a house with a backyard and then find water and build a well and all of that. That's something that thrills me, and that's something I'm now going to work towards for the next couple of years. Hooray. Let's celebrate that. So for a lot of people, it's important to set goals and to feel like you're moving towards something. Other people don't like to plan ahead at all and just like to go from moment to moment. So whatever end of the spectrum of that you're on, I think the key is to daydream and to see what comes up and to avoid just trivial little annoyances and a bad mood. It's not going to get you anywhere. This training, I mean, fine, you might know how to knock wood against wood, but really, if you were training with a straw man, how much are you going to really learn? I mean... It's not rocket science. He'll learn that the wood makes a clanking sound when it, or whatever sound, oomph sound when it hits the wood, and that it's more muffled when it hits the straw. But what's really going to happen? He's not going to learn these amazing moves. There's no incentive. Yeah, so that's the same. There's no point in getting irritated about little things that have nothing to do with your life. Have a ball instead. Enjoy yourself instead. and skim over the little irritating things that, yeah, we all kind of run into. Number-wise, we got 9, and the chord card page is 1, so that's 10, and 3 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, and 4 is security and structure. So that's what you're able to do. You're able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and you're able to relax a little bit, to celebrate, and you've been warned not to get into it, especially if it's trivial and inconsequential. Have an amazing day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous Thursday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.